Hopefully the dog doesn't come tumbling down the stairs.
I'm sure he will. Reynolds is the diva of this podcast.
The dog's under the stairs.
I drink here, so it's fall now, and I'm drinking a pumpkin spice hard cider.
I'm so jealous of your pumpkin drinks. I'm drinking a Pinot Noir this week. Nice and sultry for fall.
I'm drinking rosé with no pumpkin in it, so I'm super lame.
Well, I think I'd be more concerned if you were drinking rosé with pumpkin in it, so.
Ooh, that's suspect as fuck.
Whatever. Like,
that's
pumpkin
another
goes good
issue.
in everything.
Hi. Thanks for coming.
Hey, girl.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Thanks for fucking coming. Boo, bitch. Hello, everyone, and thanks for coming. My name is Seth.
Hey, it's Jamal.
And I am the pumpkin spice latte that you never had.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
Excuse me while I trip over my jaw.
I'm not sure exactly what that entails, but I'm slightly offended.
We should all be offended by that comment, to be honest.
Especially me. I'm married and I haven't had any of this. What is going on here?
I feel like you're insulting my pumpkin spice latte, and that's not cool. Anyways, so how have you guys been doing? I know we just recorded. We're switching our recording schedule up a little bit. So we just recorded last week. So what did you guys do over the weekend?
Well, Mom is in town with her boo thing, Mr. Irvin. He's basically stepdaddy. So it's been fun having family in town visiting. My nephew turns 1 this week, so that's why they are here. We'll have a little birthday party next weekend, or I guess this upcoming weekend here.
Wow.
So yeah, that's been fun.
That sounds cool.
We pretty much moved all of the furniture around upstairs because we finally got the painting done.
For the most part.
I've been really stressed out because I have a lot of video games to play and not enough time. So there's that too.
Yeah,
Wow.
Stoney's been marathoning video games and helping when I call for him with the painting.
Yeah, so it's been really rough life. Everyone, please pray for me.
Wow.
Okay, Laura Croft.
Yeah, calm down. Well, for myself, nothing that exciting has happened over the weekend. I was kind of laying low and taking it easy and catching up on my sleep and stuff. So that was not really that interesting to talk about on the podcast, but whatever. I can't be doing all this crazy shit all the time,
Well, it'll be nice to switch up the schedule because usually, as mentioned on our 50th episode, Seth is our editing master. So with us recording on Mondays, we're going to start switching, editing task, and it'll give the person, their weekend back. We can kind of just touch on it throughout the week and not have so much to do on the weekend.
So when it's really good, that I did it. And when it's really bad, it was probably Stoney.
Yeah.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
We apologize in advance for the episode quality because if it sucks, it's probably me.
Yeah. I'm going to go full Mad TV, be let me do it. Let me do it.
Listen, I did my hour internship with Seth when he was here, so
yeah, I'm a pretty good
it'll be
teacher.
fine. I followed, and I'm paranoid and obsessive, so I'm probably going to watch some this is how you edit videos, just to make sure I'm making it pretty and nice for you all.
Yes, girl. Well, I just also I heard some good news today. Well, good news for me. That video game studio, Telltale Studios, that makes the dumb video game The Last of Us, is closing. So there'll be no more Last of Us video games.
Oh no,
you idiot! Telltale does not make Last of Us. They make other games. But
wait, I thought they made The Last of Us. Did the video I watched lie to me? YouTube lied.
Wait,
to
is
me.
this
you
for
watched
real?
The video you watched lied. They do
Oh
not
no,
make Last
Seth,
of Us.
fake news.
Fuck, I'm gonna have
Are
to
you
watch
watching-
Stoney
are you-
play this goddamn game.
Most likely.
Hashtag fake news. Oh my gosh, you got caught by the Russians once again.
Oh, wait, who makes The Last of Us?
Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog?
Kinky.
Are you sure they're not like a subsidiary of Telltale Games?
No, Telltale's like horrible.
Telltale
That's why
could
they're
totally
shut
be
down.
like the name of a porn studio.
I don't
It's
know.
like tell a tale. Like I'm telling you the tale.
No, I get it, but Tails, it's too easy.
Whatever.
Come on, Stoney.
Fake news.
Well, I'm going to cry myself to sleep because I thought I was going to be out of like watching Stoney play through the entire The Last of Us 2.
Just wait until our Vegas trip. I'm gonna like bring the PlayStation with me, and then we'll just like play it in the hotel.
Oh my
You better
gosh.
not. If we miss Lady Gaga because you're playing the goddamn Last of Us, I'm going to be so mad.
Listen, that's not happening. We're staying in the same hotel where she's playing. There's no excuse.
I'm bringing a power supply with me, and we'll bring it to the auditorium.
Oh my God.
Stoney's carry on as a generator.
Stoney's going to take a swift paw to the face from one of the little monsters. Oh, God.
A crisp and sharp paw to the face, and I'm gonna let it happen.
Hell yeah. Ugh. Anyways, so that's kind of the wrap up. We hope you guys were enjoying the gamers episode. Apparently one person did and said they wanted to hear Stoney talk to himself about video games.
So in response, all episodes have been canceled in the future, and it'll just be me talking like about video games.
No,
So
he's lying.
It was nice knowing everyone.
Please don't unsubscribe.
Look, no, we'll announce a sabbatical. It's not happening quite yet.
Yeah. Oh, God. That was frightening. Well, I mean, this is October, so I guess that makes sense. This is our the first of our several spooky podcasts that we have planned for you guys. So let's go ahead and just get into it. What do you think?
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I'm excited for this one.
Let's do it.
All right, everyone. Thanks for coming back. As I said before, this is the first of our mini spooky October podcasts. So for this podcast, we are going to be talking about our favorite scary movies.
Whoa.
So I think that we will, in Thanks for Coming Podcast Pass, maybe just do a roundtable discussion about our favorite movies. So who would like to go first? Maybe Stoney, because I know he's a really big fan of horror and scary movies.
Yeah, putting me on the spot. So I have several favorite scary movies. I tend to like really dig into the franchises, like different franchises. But for me, I've always, since I was a little kid, I was always been a huge fan of the Nightmare on Elm Street series. And I don't know if I have like a specific favorite, like, because I don't know, growing up I watched all of them basically, but to me, the reason I love Nightmare on Elm Street is because it's like an awesome mix of like scary and also like sci-fi, because it's like a totally like unknown thing that you can't control, like that you go to sleep and then like you're just like at the mercy of whatever pops up.
Your dreams kind of take over.
Yeah, so I don't know. I've always just been like obsessed with it. And even like when I was a kid, like I would be so terrified going to sleep at night because I'm just like, oh my God, like, and then I would dream about Freddy, and then I would think Freddy was like gonna kill me.
Freddy's coming for you.
Oh my gosh.
3, 4. He's at the door.
No, I had uncles that terrorized us with that. Oh my gosh. And we watched anyway, like little idiots.
Also, like I had this like obsession with Johnny Depp in the first one.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Before he got like cut up into like a bunch of blood or whatever.
No, the bed folded in on him in the it was the second one, and the bed folded in on him and he got crushed in half.
Oh, was it the I didn't remember. But he was really hot before he got like killed.
Well, there's a lot of people that are really hot before they get killed, so.
I know. Before all those gashes and blood.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah, what about, do you like the Freddy versus Jason movie? Did you ever see that?
I did. It was okay. I'm not like a big fan of like the Versus movies because
The Merge.
like, yeah, because it's like, okay, I don't really need, like, they even did this with like Alien versus Predator. It was like, okay, I
love
don't really
those
need
movies. Because I don't really like the
I don't
Predator
think I've
movie
seen
on its
one.
own, but I like it when it's the aliens fighting the predators.
The Predator movies used to freak me out low key. I'd be worried about those dreadlocked creature monsters.
You know what I was annoyed about though was when they rebooted Nightmare on Elm Street a couple years ago. Like it might have been like 10 years ago at this point. I don't know.
Oh, with Kellen Lutz.
Yeah, I was so pissed that like it didn't pick up any steam and they just like stopped doing it because I was like, I totally want to see more of these.
Yeah,
but it never happened.
Wasn't it like Rob Zombie or someone weird that like remade them?
Ooh,
I
don't know.
think so.
What does the internet
but
say?
the thing is, like, I didn't think they were bad either. I don't know. I felt like it was good, but people were just like, no.
It wasn't the best. I mean, I vaguely remember the remake, and it wasn't really that great, I don't think. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was more just like, okay, it's not terrible. I don't know. Because I feel like a lot of scary movies aren't really good. You know what I mean? Like they're
It's
they're
all
kinda
about
cheesy.
what you allow your
Yeah.
imagination to do. Because there are some scary movies I watch and I'm just like, oh, that was nothing. And then there are others that for others seem like completely like, oh, that was bullshit. That was stupid. Kind of like The Nun, for example. Like people are saying The Nun wasn't really good. My brother really liked it, but I see the trailer and I'm absolutely freaked out. So I think it's all about where you allow your mind to go.
Yeah, a lot of it's like keeping an open mind too, because, you know, if you read a lot of reviews and stuff like that, you know, people be like, oh, this movie's not good. And then you go into the movie and you're like, oh, it's not going to be good, but I'm going to go see it. And then you're like, oh, it wasn't that good because that's what you had already thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
That's why, like, for movies and stuff like that, I don't really like to watch previews or anything like that. Like, I just like to go in with a blank slate and just, like, see what, you know, what's going to happen, basically.
Yeah.
I actually don't read reviews. Very rarely will I read a review because I historically always think the opposite of whatever snob is writing that blog post.
Same. I know.
So, did you guys like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street? Do you guys like those movies?
Yeah, I'll never forget always watching them with our cousins growing up and totally being freaked out when we went to bed just because, you know, Freddy's coming for you when you go to sleep. So that was like the scariest part. It's like, oh shit, now we have to go to bed.
I know. I developed like the worst like drug habit as a 12-year-old so that I would be able to stay up all night. It was
Were you like
weird.
Allison huffing air cans?
Yeah, I was, and I took it was like basically that Saved by the Bell episode where Jesse Spano like takes all the like speed medicine to like get her hyped up so she can study. Yeah. It was like that. I was like, I'm so awake. I'm so scared to go to bed.
It's like a Blair Witch Project spinoff or prequel.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. Well, what about you, Jamal? What is one of your scary movies?
So one of my favorites, 2008 film, some of you might know it, called The Strangers.
Oh no,
yes.
not this
I know
movie.
you don't like this one. Well, that it's scary.
It terrifies me to this day. So I watched this movie for the first time in broad daylight, and we closed all of the blinds because, you know, we're trying to give it like that scary movie vibe. Still freaked out. You know, like, long story short, this is based on a true story. In California, a string of murders just in kind of houses that were not out in the middle of nowhere, but, you know, one of those neighborhoods where there's like miles or very long distances before you reached your neighbors. And basically, you know, the girl knocks on the door in the mask and says, "Is Tamara home?" And they unscrew the light bulb so you can't see her face. So this is pre-mask. Like, she doesn't have a mask on. But this whole time they've had access to the house and they just spend the night terrorizing the people because they were home. So if you look up this movie now on Google, the DVD cover, Blu-ray cover, you see Liv Tyler, who plays Kristen, one of the main characters, and in the background, kind of like in the shadows of the next room, you just see kind of this potato sack over this man's head. And it's like he's been inside this whole time. And there's actually 3 of them. Spoiler alert.
Whoa.
But, totally freaky. Completely freaky. There's music that I actually downloaded that I don't listen to anymore because it scared me that much. There's a song that plays at one part in the song. Maybe I'll share it on Twitter, Instagram, like a clip. But oh my God. Bone chilling to this day. And shout out to Lydia. I watched it with her for the first time in my Woodbridge apartment in Bloomington.
Nice. Yeah, because you always listen to that soundtrack while you were showering, right? And then you just had to. It was too scary.
Why would you do that?
I know. How fucked up is that? I've needed therapy all along. And I had no idea.
Oh, I had an idea. I could have told you that.
I got in the shower, like, I don't know, like it came on one day, actually. The first time it was on accident because I was in the shower and that song came on because I would just put my iTunes on random and I had like thousands of songs in my iTunes. And I almost broke my neck trying to like get to my iPod to turn that off.
No, we gotta stop it.
I know. And then I screamed my roommate's name. She's like, Ran!
Oh, God.
Courtney!
Help.
Are you there?
Help.
She's like, okay, you're still alive. I can take the shampoo out of my weave now.
Okay. We're good. We're good.
I think that's why I enjoy scary movies the most. Like, my imagination just runs wild. So I just never know how I'm going to react until it's happened. And that was one of those movies that absolutely like shook me.
Yeah. Well, I think similarly then I should talk about one of my scary movies that had the same effect on me. And it's a movie also from 2008 called Mirrors.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys ever see that one?
I did see that one. I saw that one.
It's with Kiefer Sutherland, and he plays a security guard at this it was a former department store, and it's like, I don't know if they're like it's like seems like it's always being remodeled and no progress ever seems to happen. And so basically what happens is when you look in the mirror, you see yourself, but it's not really yourself. And then you'll see yourself like doing something like creepy or like, you know, doing something like harmful to yourself. And then it forces you to do that like in real life too.
Yep.
I think I think I watched this with you for the first time. I feel like we watched it in the Southport apartment.
Yeah, we watched it together.
I remember this now.
That's definitely possible. I was like completely traumatized. Like the first opening of the movie, it's one long continuous shot of the security guard, and it's like him like running around, and then he ends up in front of the mirror, and it shows him just like slitting his throat open with a piece of the broken mirror, and then he's like, please, I don't want to die. And then he breaks the mirror and like picks up one of the broken pieces and like cuts his throat open, and they do not cut away. You literally see
all of it,
everything, and it's so gross.
Ooh.
I remember ever since I saw that movie, I've never I really try not to look in mirrors at all anymore. Like at all.
I know. And see, like that movie too was just like didn't they start with like a family, and you know the like family wasn't believing the children, and then one by one like it got to all of them.
Yeah, it was.
And the mirror was like in the dad's office, right?
Yeah, it like somehow it like follows him home, and like the wife and the children get affected by it. Like it starts happening at home too, and it's just like, I don't know, it's that I've never seen a horror movie like that before, and I don't really typically get that scared of them, but for some reason this one, it just like took me out. Like I really don't even like look in mirrors that much like anymore, because I'm so paranoid I'm gonna see like some like version of myself doing something freaky.
You just kind of speed by. For a minute there, I had to make sure I wasn't getting it mixed up with Oculus.
Oh yeah, that's a different one.
Yeah, that's a little different, right? But
that was a weird movie too.
I remember That was odd. I remember watching Mirrors though, and it had the same effect on me. Like usually in the morning you're getting ready, but I found myself like looking over my shoulder, like in the mirror, going back to the mirror.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. It was just like, I don't know. It's just so weird. It's like that's like such a thing that I don't know. It really shouldn't have affected me as much as it did. But I swear, like I really don't look in mirrors, and like even when I'm like getting ready in the morning, like I'll just be like sort of in my head thinking about stuff, or just like looking like away from the mirror and getting ready and stuff. It's so weird. This for like 10 years basically it's affected my life in that way.
No,
I mean, you're not getting me, Candyman.
I know. I'm like, it could just be depression, but I'm blaming it on the Mirrors movie.
Yeah.
That was a really freaky movie. But yeah,
I agree. That was a good one.
I really do like horror movies a lot as well. So I think that Stoney and I are like really enjoy like watching the scary movies. Like typically you can only get him to watch like documentaries and stuff like that. But if you
or sports.
Yeah, if you see a scary movie, he's like down to go. And then usually me and Stoney have to drag Jamal with us because he gets
That's because I know myself.
Yeah, it's just horror movies to me are just like, I don't know, because it's like something interesting that you don't normally see, I guess, in regular movies. So like there's always something that I guess just always kind of like a different, something you don't normally see, like a different gimmick or a different like storyline that you don't normally
well, it's
see.
the dark side of the fantasy, right? Like, you know, there's your Harry Potter world, and then there's like the dark forest of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Well, I think this might be a good spot to take a quick break. I need to go get some more pumpkin spice hard cider because pumpkin spice is the best.
Time.
Yeah, I'm going to get some pumpkin spice rosé.
I know. Be watching out for our tweets, everybody. We already started buying some pumpkin stuff for a future episode, but I'm not going to give you too much because you need to listen to that one.
Yeah, girl. We got a lot of good ones planned. So why don't you guys go grab your favorite pumpkin spice beverage and meet us here when we get back. Hey, everyone. Thanks for listening to our podcast so far. Thanks for coming. Right now, we're probably refilling our drinks or maybe even gluing down our lashes again. While you wait, here's some things that you should check out.
Yeah, remember everyone, you can email us, tfcpod@gmail.com and tfcpod on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Oh, and one more thing. You're not my real dad, and you never will be. Anyways, back to the show. Hey everyone, thanks for coming back. Sorry that break, it was kind of long because I went to go get another pumpkin spice cider, but then I heard a loud noise, like a banging, and I think there was someone in my apartment, so I was like hiding in the closet.
Oh no, was it the people under the stairs?
Was it R. Kelly?
It was R. Kelly. He was banging on the door and he was like exposing himself, and I felt uncomfortable.
Trapped in the closet.
I wasn't ready.
It was a really strange experience, but I eventually subdued him, and now R. Kelly is trapped in the closet. Part 8.
Stoney 1, R. Kelly.
If only
2.
there was a video to like show what is happening right now.
Yeah. R. Kelly is doing the helicopter with his penis right now. It's really weird.
Yeah, I'm going to go get my rain jacket.
I'm feeling 90% chance of golden showers. I was grabbing my boob when I said that.
This went too far, too fast.
Sorry. It was like my Mean Girls reference.
I got you.
All right. Well, enough of that. Let's get back into our discussion about scary movies.
Yes,
so when we left off, we all like told you about things that like frighten us to death. So why don't we keep that trend going? And Stoney, why don't you tell us about another one of your scary favorite movies?
All right. So one of my favorite scary movies is And so like I don't want anyone to like make fun of me for this because okay, like this series has gone down the shithole. Like it's like terrible now. So like
this is a safe space.
But anyway, Paranormal Activity. The first 3 movies of this were so scary.
No, the first one had me shook.
The first 3 I was in for, and then after that I was just like, no, girl, I'm done. The first time I watched this was when I lived in an apartment by myself. I was living in Bloomington. This was like 2011 or 12. Or no, wait, no.
Was
okay.
it 09?
This was like 2009, 2010 maybe. Probably 2009. But anyway, I lived in an apartment by myself, and I was sitting in my bedroom and I watched it on my laptop.
Yeah.
And the first one, and I was just like sitting there and watching it. I was like terrified. And then like,
why would you do that to yourself though? Like,
because
explain to us what was going through your head.
Because I was like, everyone's talking about this movie. I guess I'll watch it. It's fine, right?
Hell no. You're home alone.
I slept that night with all the lights on. And I just like laid in my bed with the lights on, and I was terrified the whole night. It sucked. It was terrible.
Oh no. I had like sort of a similar experience when that movie Cloverfield came out. So that was really scary. I know it was like a reality, so it wasn't like, maybe it wasn't I don't think it was supposed to be a scary movie, but so I was living in New York City at the time, which is like the setting for the movie. So all these places, like where all this shit was going down, like I was like all around me. So I remember I kept like looking out my window. I know, I kept looking out my window and was like, oh God, oh God.
Too real.
I just don't know, like all of the, like the problem with the Paranormal Activity movies is just like the fact that like shit just like pops out and scares you. That's problematic, first of all. And then just like, I don't know, the thought of like there being this like demon thing that can just kill you at any moment and you can't even
and you
see
can't
it.
see it.
That just freaks
I don't know.
me
The
out.
creepiest part of that movie for me was like the footsteps in the night. They were so heavy and dense.
Or when they put
And
out like
it's
the flower.
Oh my God.
And then the footsteps are in the
Yes.
flower. I think
Yes.
this.
Well, oh, sorry. I was saying the thing with the movie that like freaks me out the most is it kind of has that Blair Witch thing to it that's kind of like, oh, this is semi-real, like almost like this is documentary style.
Mm-hmm.
And then two, like, I don't know, to me, the scariest one of all of those movies is the third one when it has the 2 little girls and they're just like doing the
second one.
No, the third one.
The third one.
It's the 2 little girls, and they're
the
doing that little
daughters.
like mirror thing, and they're like turning out the lights in front of the mirror and like saying "red rum" or something, or I forget what they're saying. But anyway,
Bloody
it's like
Mary.
super freaky. Bloody Mary, yeah. And but yeah, I'm just like, this is too real, and there's like little girls, and there's like witches. It's just like too much.
They're like little girls and they're like mini witches and it's just too creepy.
Weren't they getting like dragged around by their hair and stuff too?
Yeah,
Yeah, one got snatched.
And also in the
Wig
scene,
snatched.
so there's a
Literally.
there's a scene on the third one where the camera is on like an oscillating like fan or something.
Oh yeah,
and there's a
remember that one.
babysitter, and it keeps like moving back and forth, and then like the camera like moves back to the kitchen. All of a sudden, like all the like drawers are open or something.
All of them. All the drawers and cabinets
And
are open.
that freaked me out. I was like, oh, I am done.
But those like movies
Could
got
you-
so repetitive. Like, I mean, with all like the fast forwarding like parts where it's like the security footage and they're just like wobbling back and forth. I mean, like if you fast forward anything that's gonna make it look scary, like just fast forward Michael Jackson dancing and it's gonna look like he's having a seizure.
You're not wrong about that. No, that's why I like preface it by saying I thought the first 3 were really good. Like
The
scary.
early ones were definitely better.
And I'm not gonna even say they're really good because they're not very good. It's just like spooky, like shit jumps out at you.
Well, let's just think about the first one for a second. Like that movie made such an impact on people. So for all of us, what stood out the most about that movie? For me, like I went home and I just had this feeling like even driving home alone in my dark car, I was like, there's something in the back seat. Like, I just had this feeling like you just don't know what's there. But, you know, there's this respect factor. It's like, yo, I'm just a human trying to live. Don't fuck me up, please. And I got home and I was like turning on all the lights. I was like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep with all my night lights on. But then you remember the movie and you're like, look, this thing can turn lights on and off. So what's the point?
Well, yeah.
I think a lot of it has to do with the realness of it all. Like the way that the first one did, like, this is documentary, like, and the way that they, like, I don't know, had like photos of like family members in the attic or whatever, that kind of like made it where it was like everyone could relate to that, and it was like this could happen in real life, so everyone just kind of freaked out about it, you know?
Yeah.
Is that realness?
I mean, I guess that sort of plays on because, you know, those movies, it's like, you know, you see the stereotypical American family. Like, they should really make one with like gays, because that'd be fucking hilarious. Like, just like, oh girl, watch out. Look over
Could
there.
you imagine they're just like reshooting the kitty girl video and like someone gets snatched in the middle of
I
the
just
air.
see
Like,
like
yes, death drop.
I just see like I just keep thinking of like Regina. She's like, oh, there's some scurry shit happening over there.
Yeah, I got you. I got you on candid camera.
Yeah, one of my favorite my favorite moments
so funny.
is Brenda from like Scary Movie, where she was just with the popcorn and all that. It's just like my favorite thing.
Oh my gosh.
Regina, yeah, she's so funny. We need more of her. Whatever, like, why don't we have more of her?
We just need more of her. Like, if I was gonna like get attacked from some monster from a scary movie, I'd want her in my corner for sure.
Regina was on Dancing with the Stars, right? Regina Hall, 1 year.
I feel like she's too famous.
Was
for
it
that.
Regina King? I don't know.
I
I feel like she's too famous.
I get the Reginas mixed up. I know who they are. They're separate. Don't come for me.
Wow, you're so racist,
But
Jamal.
just like that name, I know my own people. They can drag me. Sorry, girls. I know who you are.
So moving on. Stoney has more to say.
It's Regina Hall. Just FYI, I
See,
didn't want to
look
be
at
like
that.
super like stupid on this podcast. So it's Regina Hall, everyone.
Oh, sorry,
we fact
everyone.
check over here.
We
We're
gotta
not
fact
all
check
about
her.
fake news over here. Like, we're real news, unlike Fox News and all that bullshit.
Bye.
Yeah. Everything about us is real except for my boobs.
Oh, mine too.
I got,
Would you get like
Nice,
a
big
350 cc's?
yeah, just a little bit. And my lips, too.
Ooh, them raven lips. Them Black & Decker pecker wreckers.
That's right. I could shellac a bench with my lips.
Shout out to Detox.
Yes, bitch. Well, let's move on. If we have Stoney's permission, like Jamal can tell.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're ending the discussion about paranormal activity. Jamal, what do you have for us?
I think this wine is kicking in. Sorry, Stoney. Paranormal Activity shook my world. So, like, let's not play that down. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. So, my next movie is When Darkness Falls. Do either of you remember that film?
I don't know if I ever saw that.
Remind me.
So it's basically a play on the Tooth Fairy. So she's kind of a dark and evil Tooth Fairy. So the idea is whenever the lights go out and you're a kid, she like comes out of the shadows. If there's light, she can't get you. So night lights are of the utmost importance, which were my childhood. I had to have a night light.
I think I've seen those. That's the movie where all the teeth are Horcruxes and you have to destroy like all 7 of them.
Yeah, basically. Except there's like way more than 7.
I've never seen this movie.
Because when the kids lose their teeth is when she comes. But, you know, she comes in the dark. And basically she's haunting this grown man. You know, he ends up, you know, nobody believes him. I'm not going to give you all the tea. But he's basically not a child anymore, and this Tooth Fairy is still haunting him. And there's just all kinds of drama and creepy shit that happens.
So
and
this is about the Tooth Fairy?
Yeah, it's a play on the Tooth Fairy.
But like
so
the Tooth
she's
Fairy's a
collecting
demon
your
or
teeth.
something.
Right. But, gosh, I'm forgetting what it is now. But if she doesn't collect, I believe, she like keeps coming for you. And this kid, he was always like locked up, and she
Sounds
was coming
like Sally
for him.
Mae.
Navient.
Oh my God. This is Sally Mae. I hate her.
Sally Mae's the Tooth Fairy, the evil version.
But anyway, it's like the movie starts and like she's coming for the kid, but she ends up taking out one of his family members, and the authorities think it was him who killed them. So, he's locked away. She can't get to him. So he's a grown adult, and it's unfinished business, right? So she keeps coming back for him. And whenever there's even like an inch of a shadow, she can appear and grab you. And it's very violent, very swift. It's very freaky.
So this is Sally Mae. If you die, Sally Mae is still coming for me.
Yeah, she's like, sorry your son died. He has this much in student loans.
Sorry
and
your
now you
husband
owe
died,
them.
but you were married to him, so you owe me the student loans
now
back.
you owe me, bitch. Holy crap. Well, that's a good movie. I'm going to have to check that one out. It sounds frightening.
Yeah, it's just really creepy because, it's a play on a childhood. You look forward to losing your teeth when you're a kid because your parents are going to give you a quarter, or maybe they give you $1 for your tooth in the middle of the night. But now some kids, badass children need to watch this movie if they haven't lost all their teeth, because she will come and snatch you.
Yeah.
And that will be the last thing you do is lose a tooth.
Teeth snatched.
Amazing.
It's like worse than getting the lump of coal on Christmas, right? She's like, you can just be done. You'll die snaggletooth and all.
Yeah.
Welcome to America.
You ate too much McDonald's. I'm coming after you.
You drank too much juice,
Better
bitch.
brush your teeth, girl.
Better brush your
Put
teeth.
the scissor down.
Oh, God. Lil Wayne is probably quaking.
So yeah, that movie just always stuck with me. I haven't even watched it in years, but When Darkness Falls.
Hell
check
yeah.
it out.
Cute.
How about you, Seth?
My next movie is like going to be a series like Stoney's, and mine's actually frightening, and it's the Saw series.
Oh, no. I couldn't get past half of part 2.
Like, don't even go there with this.
They're so good. I have one question, Stoney.
Do you want to play a little game?
Wait, which Saw is the best? Is it like... Because, I would think, the first one is the best, and then the rest of them are shit.
Saw is totally going to be like Jason. There's going to be like a Saw
million.
20.
Yeah. Well, they were all... I mean, there were some that were better than others, but I really enjoyed it as a series, up until the 5th one, maybe. Or I forget which one it was, but it was the one where, he actually finally dies, I think. The main guy. So Jigsaw, yeah. So I really liked it because I think that the editing and the way they film everything was really interesting because it's all very raw and real. I haven't watched those movies in a long time, so I can't really go into too much more detail, but I just remember watching them because, as someone that studied film and production in college, it was just really interesting to me the way they told the stories. Mm-hmm. So the
storylines were good. I remember when I stopped watching Saw. So it was in the same apartment where I watched The Strangers. It was Saw 2.
That's when I stopped watching as well.
I don't know why I was eating watching this film first of all. I was eating leftover fazoli's or some bullshit.
Your unlimited breadsticks.
This dizzy bitch, she falls. Yeah. With all the sauce. We were not low carb back then.
I mean, Saw and Fazoli's just go hand in hand.
No, it does not. That just shows how greedy I was. So this woman falls into the pit of needles, and I immediately got sick.
And Fazoli's just flew out of the saw.
Yeah, I had to go to the bathroom. I just immediately everything came up because I hate needles. I love tattoos. Getting a shot is different than a tattoo. But oh my gosh, I ran to the bathroom so fast and I did not eat until dinner the next day.
Oh gosh. And then you went to
she
Olive
fell
Garden.
into a pit of used needles, and she was a heroin addict. So fucked up. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was the end for me with Saw.
That's it. That was scary. Jamal made me watch another scary movie with him. It was High School Musical 2. I was so scared the whole time. It was awful.
Shots fired.
That
But
is
those
fucking
vocals
scary.
are on point.
High School Musical is fucking scary as shit. Like,
Come on. It was so fun. All those good songs.
That's the only one
Like-
I ever saw too, because Jamal made me watch that one, and then I never had to watch anymore.
Goodness
that's
gracious.
such a palate cleanser. Watch High School Musical 2 after watching Saw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to get happy after watching those
definitely
movies.
cleanses the palate for sure.
But fun fact, whenever I do like a team game for my team, I use Jigsaw. And the subject
Yes.
line is always,
I want to play a game.
Yes, and then you make them all cut their feet off.
no, not this time.
Oh, okay.
Those movies will
Maybe
always,
for the final
those
act.
movies will always be, I don't know. I just, after the second one, I was just like, I'm done.
Is it just too
I
graphic for
can't.
you, or?
I can't stand like gore. I don't like people. I can't stand the sight of people getting cut up. Like, even when I watch scary movies, like even like things like Scream or like this,
like getting repeatedly
like
stabbed.
I just don't like people. I don't want to see like the actual blood, people getting mutilated. I can't stand it.
You know what fucked me up on the first Saw was that head trap.
Oh yeah, that one was so scary.
That one got me because for a while I had nightmares that, I would wake up with one of those on, and I just like wouldn't even try because I already said on the Gamers episode, I'm not a campaign queen. So I'd be like, well, shit, I guess this is it.
This is my time, y'all.
That's my time.
All right, it's been real, you guys. I'm out.
Bye.
Well, I think maybe to start wrapping up this conversation, maybe are there any scary movies that you're excited to see that are about to come out, because it is Halloween season?
I don't know if I have any favorites that I've seen. Like I'm absolutely terrified to go see The Nun. I don't know if I will see it or if I'll wait until it's available to rent.
I saw The
But,
Nun. I don't think it was that scary.
You don't think so?
I mean, it was
I feel like
scary,
all of
but
those
not.
movies are just kind of like meh.
It's a lot of jump scares.
Okay, see, I can't do that. Like all the wig snatch, I guess I'll
Yeah.
just lay the coconut oil on thick
I'm
that day.
super pumped about the Halloween movie that's coming out because I feel like and here's why, because I've read the like plot and it's basically like this old lady, Jamie Lee Curtis, she's like done with her Activia now, so she's ready to like kick ass.
Yeah.
But she's like, anytime you have a movie where it's like, I'm a lady and I'm going to kick somebody's ass. And
Yeah.
like, I've been preparing for this for like hundreds of years. Like, I'm ready for that. So
I'm so mad they made her look so frumpy, though. Like, because Jamie Lee Curtis is a badass.
I mean, she's old. Like, I would be frumpy too.
She's old. Leave her alone. She's
Leave
Jamie
her
Lee.
alone.
I mean, I'm frumpy. Like, I'm not saying like, let's all be frumpy together.
She ate so much Activia. Her bowels are clear. Like, she has nothing weighing her down. She probably runs so fast now.
Michael can just jump out and she will not shit herself
She'll probably
because
just
she already
like
did it.
dump like Activia on Michael to kill
Yeah.
him.
Well, I heard that
Like,
Activia
here you
gives
go,
you
Michael.
superhuman strength, so he has like no chance to beat her.
Also,
Oh, no.
random thought, but did you know they made like a reboot of the Freaky Friday movie again?
Why another
No.
one?
Yeah, they rebooted Freaky Friday, which came out not that long ago with Jamie Lee Curtis and our beloved hero Lindsay Lohan.
That was a reboot.
They already rebooted
Right,
it.
they've rebooted it twice.
So does she look more fried in this movie?
I don't even like the people in the new one. I don't even know who they are.
Does Lindsay Lohan
Yikes.
sing "Our Lips Are Sealed" again?
Oh,
Lindsay
God.
Lohan's too busy like fixing her lips.
I sound better singing that song.
Uh-oh. Well,
Just
let's hear
anyway.
it, girl. American Idol, Jamal, go.
Wait, I need my instruments. I need my instruments.
Anyways. Sorry to derail the podcast. I just had to throw that out there. That
Well, no, honorable
weird.
mention, Children of the Corn and Chucky, also
Ooh.
franchises that freaked me out as a young child.
black people are always scared of Children in the Corn.
Well, yeah. Oh my gosh.
That sounds so racist. I just don't even know where to
You
go.
asshole.
I'm just saying.
No, but listen,
there's
fun
corn
fact.
and white people.
Fun fact. So
Super scary. I get it.
during the dorm days, sidebar, Jamal's corner, let's call it that. Okay, so when we were living in the dorms freshman year at Teeter, and friends lived in Eigenman, shout out to Indiana University. But we went to a haunted house, and Corn at Night is particularly freaky because of Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, yeah.
If any of you
That's
have
a good
seen
one.
that movie, I'm absolutely terrified of like corn at night. Like I will not go through your corn maze because I don't know what's in there. There could be children. There could be a demon that hasn't eaten for 23 years. Like we're just not going there.
Hell
And
no.
what do we see when we get to this haunted house? Someone dressed up as Jeepers Creepers. I ran so fast.
Oh, hell no. I'm out. Bye, everyone. See you at the car. Adios, amigos.
I was like, fuck all y'all. Every man for herself.
yeah.
See, when I watch Children in the Corner, I'm like, oh, there's my neighbors.
Oh no, see,
Oh, God.
And kids in scary movies are just the worst. They're freaky.
That's what it looks like around the country where you live, where you grew up, I should say.
I'm
Props.
like, hey, like, let's go hang out, I guess.
Well, I
Hell
think
nah.
that those Chucky movies are the best. That's my favorite franchise. I love the Chucky movies, especially the ones with Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah, I love me some Jennifer Tilly. But my favorite Chucky movie was the one where he went after Andy at the military academy.
Oh,
and he
yeah.
changed all the paintballs to like real bullets. What a shady bitch.
I know.
Chucky's actually my future child.
Chucky's actually Reynolds.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Don't even go there.
He's staring at us right now because I lost one of his balls.
Uh-oh. Well, one of my movies that I'm looking forward to, a scary movie, is the remake of Suspiria. So I don't know if any of you guys have seen that movie. Well, the original one that was done by Dario Argento. It's an Italian horror movie.
Oh, no. I would be curious to check that out.
Yeah, it's a really, really scary movie. And now they're remaking it, and it's another Italian director, Luca Guadagnino, who, as y'all know, wrote or directed Call Me By Your Name. So now his next project is the Suspiria film.
That'll be cool. Maybe I should watch the original before that comes out.
You should, yeah. I mean, it's a little bit different from what I am reading. It's a little different from the original, but I mean, the original Suspiria is a cult classic. Like, if you like horror movies, that is like an absolute classic that you have to see, and it's so frightening. It's in black and white, and it's still scary.
Ooh, I love that. I love classic horror films.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll have to check that one out for sure.
Yes, Queen. All right. Well, is there anything else? I mean, obviously, there's more like scary movies. Like, we didn't touch on Scream. Well, we did a little bit, but I
Scream
remember
is one of my faves, but yeah, that's definitely something that maybe we could talk about more later or something.
I definitely, when I was younger, I was sleeping at my cousin's house and we watched Scream, and I remember I woke up and I thought I saw the ghost face like standing in the corner of the room, like staring at me, and it was so frightening. Yeah.
I would shit myself.
I mean, anytime I can talk about Nev Campbell's terrible acting, I'm down for it. So
How dare you? Nev Campbell is a goddess. Like, don't you even come
Queen
for her.
Nev.
Don't come for
Queen
Nev Campbell.
Nev.
anybody that can make a career out of the acting skills that she has, kudos to them.
Damn. Okay.
She's way better than
Shots
Kristen
fired.
Stewart.
Shots
on.
fired. I love The Craft. I love Wild Things.
I say this as a Nev Campbell fan.
I
He's
know.
not. He's lying.
I'm just being sensitive.
Sarah Michelle Gellar was in Scream 2, so that was also a highlight of the series. And
Yes, Queen.
Scream 3 was filmed on the studio, like parts of it, because, you know, Scream 3 is the one where it was like a horror movie about making a film about the horror movie that already happened. So they filmed a lot of that on the lot that I worked on when I was out there. So
Scream 4 had like
Oh, yeah, you were there.
surprise bitch girl in it, so there's that too.
yeah, it's a great franchise. And like, I Know What You Did Last Summer, also great. JLH, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Ryan Felipe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Freddie
yeah.
Prinze
Oh, he's
Jr.
so hot.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
That was a for Freddie Prinze Jr. Ebeth is gonna come for
Yeah,
you.
I mean,
Whatever.
yeah.
It's the 90s.
It's
I
the
guess you can be
90s.
in there too.
Yeah.
Ryan was like what Justin Timberlake should be today.
Yeah.
But Ryan Phillippe, like
Felipe.
he's hotter now than what he used to be.
He's aged very
And
well.
I was surprised because I thought he was hot back then, and then I was like,
The
ew, he's
antitrust
gross.
days?
And now I'm like, oh, he's hot.
You know who else is
No,
like
he's gorgeous.
really hot now? Steve Carell. Have you seen him lately?
No.
No, I haven't. Does he have a beard or something?
Yeah, he has like a beard and he's like kind of like salt and pepper grayed hair. Like I'm not even being like joking at all. Like he's gotten
Does
like
it work for him?
yeah, it does.
Okay.
Like,
I'll do my Googles then. I'll look it up because, I've always dated older.
yeah,
Steph-
That's
he's,
what I'm
6
going
months older
for.
than me.
I'm waiting to go gray so then I'm like hot or something.
yeah.
Well, I always tell you to grow your beard out and you never do.
I know, how rude.
And his beard has gray in it.
There's red
Yeah.
in it, so I'm trying to avoid like I don't know.
I love a dark ginger though.
Also, too, we didn't talk about Leprechaun in the Hood, which is very scary.
Good.
Leprechaun is
God.
never scary.
Moving on.
All right, you guys, let's move on to our next topic.
Hi.
Thanks for coming.
Hey girl.
Thanks for coming.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming back. We're going to talk to you about a couple news stories, like a couple shorter stories. So, I don't know. Do you want to talk about any stories first, Stoney?
Yeah, I have one story in particular to talk about, and it's be a short story. There's not like too much to say about it really. But basically, our wonderful commander-in-chief, who was a brilliant mastermind, as you may already know.
None of us know
he made
that.
He made some comments this week about Hurricane Florence, and of course, like, you know how dangerous hurricanes are. They're not safe in any way or shape or form. But he made a comment about how Hurricane Florence was like the wettest of all the hurricanes, like from a water standpoint.
The wettest hurricane, y'all. Get into it.
So if you weren't aware, like water is wet, and when you combine...
I mean, I wasn't aware that hurricanes were fucking dry.
Dry like your vagina.
But there's a difference when you're like in the shower, like if you're taking a shower, the wetness from the water from the shower is different from like when you're like experience like Hurricane Florence water.
I mean, if I were showering this whole time, I didn't realize I was in a hurricane.
What's happening right now? I'm so
I'm in the
lost.
shower like, it's like a fucked up, complicated herbal essence commercial.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. Like, I'm just as confused as everyone else.
This is who's in charge. Like, I mean, why isn't he a meteorologist?
I mean, and I quote, this is what he said: "This is a tough hurricane, one of the wettest we've ever seen from the standpoint of water."
from the standpoint of water, that makes no goddamn sense.
Welcome
don't
to
know.
America, kids.
That's
You know,
weird.
if you're going to talk about water, maybe use the word like level,
This is welcome to America. Water is wet,
flooding. I don't know.
and when you have a hurricane, it's the wettest that it's ever been.
Hell, tsunami. I could think of a few other words when I'm trying to talk about like water. Look at Seth's like Nightmare Before Christmas skeleton
Perfect
is doing a
splits.
Japanese split.
Perfect splits, just like Katya.
Oh, tens across the board.
So yeah, that's my story of the week. There's not much to say about it.
Except for that Trump's an idiot.
Well, also, like we were chatting earlier about like, meme culture. Be careful with memes you're looking at out there, y'all. Like some are funny, but some people take memes very seriously. For
Yeah.
instance, somebody photoshopped Orange Theory saving people from Hurricane Florence, and we know that lace front is not getting anywhere near water. So that's false.
no.
But people are out here believing that shit. So votes coming up.
That's you need to stop.
Not much to
this.
say. Yeah, not much to say other than like just watch out when you go outside because things will be super wet. Probably not as wet as Florence was, but like super wet.
Yeah.
So just like make sure you carry your umbrellas. So yeah, that's all I have to say. And just shout out to my favorite podcast, Mueller She Wrote, which is a super like Trump podcast that I love. So for all you that want to
Clarify what you mean by that.
For all of you who want to learn more about Trump and his relations with Russia, please visit the Mueller She Wrote podcast.
Yes.
Okay.
We are not a Trump household.
So yeah.
Whoa, that scared me. I was like, someone broke
Getting
in your house,
into
girl.
some insecure.
Sorry, I just got a little bit excited about my Mueller She Wrote podcast.
You started playing it. Here, let me play it right now. Everyone, hold tight. I'm going to play you the first episode of Mueller She Wrote.
It's not a bad podcast, but I mean, we all listen to the news. We know it's real. We know it's fake. So we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
And I don't sugarcoat for anybody. So catch me on Twitter, Gays in the Life.
Catch me on Twitter. How about that?
So yeah, that's my story of the week. So Seth, do you have anything interesting?
I do. My story is probably better than Stoney's. So my story is about Wyatt Pertuset. Is someone playing music?
Oh, sorry. We live right by an airfield, and the windows are open tonight. So that is an airplane flying over our condo.
It could also be Trump bombing us after I just talked shit about him. So.
He knows. Trump knows what you've been thinking. He's checking his list
I'm in this
twice.
Slytherin house. I'm just going to sick Bellatrix's spirit on him. It's fine, y'all.
Okay. Anyways, so my story is about Wyatt Pertuset. He is a wide receiver and punter at Capital University, which is located in Ohio, and he is openly gay on his college football team. So Wyatt is in the news because he got a shout out from ESPN's Bob Lay for being the first openly gay college football player to score a touchdown. So
that's pretty cool.
That's really cool. He was picked in the underrated story of the week section. So it's cool that he said that Pertuset, he told the news that it's nice when you get noticed for doing something that you've worked so hard to do. So they're a Division III school, so you're probably not going to get to see him play on your TV screens.
Not unless you look him up. Go support him.
Yeah, I mean, unless you live in Ohio, I guess maybe you can see him in person.
OH.
But no, it's cool to get to see, an openly gay football player. They don't talk about Division III football or any sports typically. So to get to see an out gay football player, getting recognized is so cool.
I mean, that's a pretty big deal when you think about what sports mean. I mean, I can't speak for European countries, but, America has this way of hyper masculinity just oozing all over the place, especially when it comes to sports. Football, not my son. My son's not no queer. And, we've seen, last episode we talked about openly gay basketball player for Seton Hall. And now we've got, this gay football shout out. So, the world is coming around and it matters, these small victories because they make such a splash. People forget in history class when you talk about Roman gladiators and warriors and how they used to wrestle naked, and they weren't all necessarily gay, but, homosexuality was completely normal. And there's always kind of this homoeroticism with sports. Look at rugby, for example. Do those shorts have to be that small? Probably not. But, it's completely okay if you play baseball and you're hanging out in the dugout to grab your teammate's ass and say good job. But, you can't do that shit in the office or at the club or in the mall.
I wish.
So, just think about that, people. Yeah, I wish too.
I also think, though, putting, gay people in front of straight people, it always makes them uncomfortable. So I enjoy that aspect.
Well, that's what I was getting at with, the homoeroticism. Call that out. It's okay outside of the activity.
Because when you look at, when Michael Sam came out a couple years ago, people were so uncomfortable. Straight people were, freaking out because Michael Sam, proposed in front of his boyfriend, on ESPN or some shit. But, I always enjoy when gay athletes come out because straight people lose their goddamn minds. And we need that to happen more often because for the most part, like straight people are just like, beer me, bitch. And like everyone just needs to like get over it. So so I enjoy that aspect of it.
And it's not to throw it in anybody's face. It's just like, hey, we're human beings too. This is our life. That's yours. We're celebrating everybody, right?
Yeah. We're here. We're queer. Get used to it.
Yes.
Do
we can
it.
ride the bull.
Yes.
We can throw the baseball. And we can catch the pigskin.
Yeah. Also, I was just surprised. Like, I know it's not a movie, but since we were talking about like favorite scary movies, like I thought Stoney might have like mentioned something about Mbop.
Oh, Mbop the musical when I got like punched in the nuts 50 times. JK.
That's pretty scary for Stoney.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. We don't need to go there because I'm going to have nightmares already, girl.
Too real.
Oh, gosh. It's still too soon. It's still too soon. All right. Well, that's our news update for you all. Let's move on.
Trade.
All right, you guys. Let's talk about some trade. I know, like, I don't know if this is, like, uncomfortable to talk about, but I get really, like, turned on by, like, scary movies. Like, because there's usually, like, really cute guys, like, in weird situations. And for some reason, it's, like, really erotic.
Like bondage. It's mostly bondage. That's why.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just really strange. Sorry if anyone I know is actually listening to this. No one will ever watch scary movies with me anymore.
This is a safe space.
I've been watching a lot of American Horror Story, and just like Evan Peters has like really been doing it for me lately.
Oh my gosh, are you all caught up on this current season?
No, I haven't started yet because, well, I wanted to watch Murder House back, and I was like kind of like excited because it was a lot better than I remembered it.
Bitch. You just wait. You need to watch Apocalypse episode 2.
Oh no, I'm scared.
Immediately.
Well, immediately at night with the lights off.
Yes, with maybe some red lighting in the background.
I can do that. But I think I'm going to watch Coven because I just want to make sure that I catch all the little nuances. Yes. It's been a while since I've seen those 2 seasons, so I'm like rewatching before I start Apocalypse.
Maybe we should rewatch Coven together because, you know, that's my favorite AHS season.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Last season actually had a Stevie song, so you should probably get started on this current season.
Uh-oh. Well, it was really like interesting watching season 1 back because that was like the start of American Horror Story Roanoke, basically.
Yes, it was.
Croatoan.
That's right.
Yeah.
Season 1 all the way to season 6, so
that's
such
crazy.
a good show.
Crazy callback.
Such a good show.
Yeah. But so I think I will go ahead and start the trade for this week since usually I make Jamal or Stoney do it. So
do it.
My trade of the week is another person that I'm obsessed with from 13 Reasons Why, because there's like so many hotties on that show. So my trade this week is Brandon Flynn, and he is so fine and actually gay.
Yes, real trade.
An actual homosexual.
He's not forbidden trade.
Yeah, I don't know. As well as probably many other gays. Well, as far as in the movie or in the show, he does it for me because it's like I always want to like fix somebody, basically. So like I know it's like really not. Those are like the people you should stay away from, but there's something about like someone like, because you know in the TV show he's like doing drugs and like you know, like I'm always like the one that wants to like come in and save people. So
yeah,
I think that's
you're
as
the
far as the movie.
fixer-upper.
Yeah. But then outside of the movie, I've been following him on Instagram since then, and he's been like going to like see the Arcade Fire concert, and like he wears like funky shades and like has his ears pierced, and yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like really into him. He's just like
He
really
does
cute.
it for you.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. So
I
I
that's
think
my trade.
I think he's really cute as well.
Yes.
Do you know who he is, Stoney?
I don't.
Okay. No shade. Just asking.
No shade. Here you go, Stony.
Yeah.
Oh, he is
He's
beautiful.
so pretty.
I like him.
Yes. So make sure that you check the links down below because you can click on it and then you can see more of his Instagram.
Yeah.
Do it.
Go ahead, Stoney.
So my trade of the week is this really nice guy. His name is Marvin Williams. He's a designer, creative consultant. He works for, I guess, Puma footwear.
I'm actually familiar
Ooh.
with this guy.
And I don't think he's an actual astronaut. I think he actually has a career and like things in his life.
But he's beautiful.
But yeah, I don't know. He has the nicest smile. Like this guy is just like beautiful.
Perfect
Like,
beard and mustache. And I'm pretty sure it's like not touched up. It's just naturally that
yeah.
way.
And he's, I think, married or he has a fiance. So he's engaged, but he's just a very good looking guy. But anyway, his Instagram handle is Meatpacking District,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny.
That's
love that.
amazing.
Shout out
yeah.
to New York. How he got that handle, I do not know, but good for him.
But he's just a good looking dude. Like, I don't know. Nobody can, like, I just don't understand how anyone could be like, I'm not attracted to this man because he is beautiful.
Uh-oh.
We'll make
More
sure
than
we
Drake?
shot both. Oh,
Yeah, he's better looking than Drake.
Drake's
controversy.
kind of creepy now.
Drake
Oh.
is kind of problematic now. He's like hitting on
Also,
fucking
Drake
11.
has like many children from many women. I'm just like over it.
Yeah, you don't want
Does
to
he have
compete
more
with all the
than
baby
one?
mamas.
I mean, he's got one that everyone knows about, but I guarantee there's more.
There has to be more.
Once
right?
an adulterous, like
Once there's one check,
yeah.
there's another.
Whoa. What about you, Jamal?
My trade, I kind of stumbled upon him again on that pesky Explore page, but I've been following him for a
Ooh.
while. His name is Carl with a K.
Carl.
Oh, Carl Jr.
Excuse my Alaska impression. But no, not Carl's Jr. He is made low carb, but no, he's
Ooh.
like just like a natural kind of fit looking guy. Beefy, nice cakes. He kind of has like a darkness kind of edge to him, inked up. Of course, I like the tattoos. So he's just fun to look at. He's always working out. He hangs out with his mom, which is super attractive. And he wears
Aw.
super short shorts like me.
Yes.
So that's fun too.
Who wears short shorts?
Wearing mine tomorrow morning for my leg day workout.
Oh my god. At work? You're going to wear short shorts to work?
No, I'm actually going to our gym before work. I haven't been to my work gym in a hot minute since we've been going to this other gym.
Ah, okay. You've been cheating on your old gym.
I have, but by the time I slip back into that gym, they're going to be like, "Oh damn," which is always fun.
Uh-oh. He's looking fine. So wait, can I
That's
I
right.
mention an honorable trade because this person if this person has an Instagram, I don't know what it is.
Go for
Sure.
So I went to breakfast last weekend with one of my friends, and we went to this place, and there was like this hottie serving there, and I was just like obsessed because, okay, let me describe him. So he has long ginger hair. He was a fucking sexy
it.
ginger.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it like dark ginger or bright ginger?
It was like a blonde ginger, like
Ooh,
strawberry
strawberry.
blonde. Yeah. And so he had long hair to his shoulders, and he had on like these khaki, like sort of flowy pants, but he like rolled them up to his knee. So it looked sort of like capris. And then he had
I like
on
that.
a
Ooh.
Coca-Cola shirt that he cut into a crop top. And then like this really like open like billowy floral button-down shirt over his crop top.
Floral.
Yeah.
Yum.
So
I'm into that.
Yeah, he was really sexy, and I couldn't stop staring at his belly because he had his crop top on. He was just looking cute.
I'm into that. And that's like kind of like the fun part about crushes too. It's just like there's always that one thing, and it's not always the aesthetics, right? Sometimes it's the personality, sometimes it's just the outfit, but you just can't stop looking. And I think that's always so fun and exciting and invigorating.
Yeah, I think I need to hang out in Capitol Hill more because all the like weirdo hotties are up there, I think.
I swear, if I lived in Seattle, that's where I would work. I would just stay there.
I need to like
Capitol Hill.
do that. I need to make that happen because there's so many hot dudes up there.
I mean, we spotted enough in our like 2.5 days there, so I can only imagine.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, I think this is a good spot to bring our podcast to a close this week. So this is the first of several spooky podcasts, like I said. So make sure that you tell your friends and spread the word because honestly, we have lots of cool stuff coming for you. And I mean, everyone wants to be scared with their friends. So tell your friends.
Yeah. And we also want to know what you're dressing up as this Halloween this year. So again, at TFC Pod on all socials, email us tfcpod@gmail.com. Send us pictures. Oh, it'd be so cool to see pictures and share that on the socials. Let us know what you're dressing up as. So far, I'm thinking I might be a lunch lady / Medea again, reviving that.
I think I'm going to be sexy Steve Bannon again.
Oh,
I like that.
Yeah, it's a really good outfit.
I don't know what I'm going to be yet. I still need to figure it out. So
Stoney's going to be a pumpkin spice latte.
I already done that. Can't repeat, girl.
I already did that, bitch.
Done and done.
Well, stay tuned so you can find out what Stoney's going to be for Halloween. Hope you guys have a good spooky start to your Halloween season. And until next week, bye.